she walked 5 miles at a comic convention and lost more fat than months of gym work. That one accidental week changed everything she thought she knew about metabolism and weight loss. And the most surprising part, she wasn't even trying to lose weight that week at all. If you've been eating less, working out daily, and still seeing zero progress on the scale, you're not broken. Your body is just playing by rules nobody ever told you about. Most people treat weight loss like a punishment. Eat less, suffer more, push harder every single day. But that approach is exactly why so many people hit a wall and stay stuck there forever. Today you're going to learn the 3 real reasons your metabolism slows down over time, and more importantly, exactly what to do to get it moving again without destroying your lifestyle. Let's start with something most people never talk about. Your body is a survival machine, not a calculator. When you cut calories for weeks, your body doesn't say, "Great, we're losing fat efficiently right now." It says, "Wait, food is disappearing. Something is wrong. Let's slow everything down to survive this." This is called metabolic adaptation, and it's the hidden reason most diets stop working after a few months. Our ancestors lived through famines, long periods with almost no food and no guarantee of survival. So our bodies evolved a powerful defense: slow the metabolism down and store every calorie possible as fat. Your body doesn't know you live near a grocery store. It only knows food has been scarce lately. So it lowers your metabolic rate to match whatever calories you're eating, and suddenly progress stops completely. This is exactly what happened to someone we'll call Lucy, who spent months eating under 1,200 calories daily. She exercised every single day, and still, the scale stopped moving entirely no matter what she tried. She cut calories even more. She added extra workouts. Nothing worked, and she felt exhausted and miserable constantly. Here's what most people do at this point. They grab a fat burner or a detox tea quickly. But those products mainly work by suppressing appetite temporarily, not by actually fixing your slowed metabolism at all. Caffeine-based fat burners might raise metabolism by 3 to 4% for an hour or two at most. That's not enough to make any real difference when your body has fully adapted to survival mode already. So, what actually works? The answer is called reverse dieting, and it feels completely backwards at first, honestly. Instead of eating less, you gradually increase your calories over several weeks to reset your metabolism back up. Yes, the scale might go up slightly at first, but that's just water weight, not actual fat gain. Your body is simply refilling glycogen stores. Once you understand that, it becomes much easier to trust the process. After a few weeks of eating more, Lucy went back into a moderate calorie deficit of around 15%, and weight loss started again. Not because of a new trick, but because her metabolism was finally working properly. Now here's something important. Even with a moderate deficit, your body will adapt again after a few months. So the strategy is to take a planned maintenance week every time progress stalls, and then continue forward again. This approach feels slow, but it's the only method that keeps your metabolism from crashing over and over. Think of it like resetting a machine that's been running too hot for too long without a proper break. Once Lucy figured this out, she stopped fighting her body and started working with it instead of against it. But there was still something missing. She felt better, but her energy was low, and progress felt sluggish still. She started strength training because she read that muscle burns more calories than fat at rest every single day. And that's true. Muscle is metabolically active tissue, and building it does increase your daily calorie burn over time. She saw some early progress, but after a few weeks, her results in the gym completely stopped coming. She wasn't getting stronger. She wasn't losing more fat. Despite eating more protein and training harder every single week. After months of frustration, she invested $3,000 into a professional coaching program to figure out what's wrong. The coach reviewed everything: her training, her nutrition, her tracking data. Then asked one simple but powerful question. How well are you sleeping? Lucy had struggled with insomnia for years. She always knew sleep mattered, but never connected it to her results. Here's what the research actually shows. Sleep deprivation is one of the most powerful metabolism destroyers in existence. In one study, participants cut back on sleep for just 14 days, while keeping their calorie deficit exactly the same. The amount of fat they lost dropped by nearly 55%, just from sleeping less. Nothing else changed. Your body under poor sleep thinks it's under serious stress, so it holds on to fat as a protective emergency response. On top of that, poor sleep wrecks your insulin sensitivity by more than 30% over time without recovery. That means your body becomes 30% more likely to store what you eat as fat instead of energy. Lucy quit caffeine completely. She started waking up at the exact same time every single morning without exception. Here's a tip most people don't know. Don't try to control your bedtime first when fixing your sleep. Control your wake time first. Your body will naturally start feeling sleepy earlier as it adjusts to the rhythm. The first 2 to 3 weeks were rough. She felt exhausted and foggy and questioned whether this was even worth it. But by week 3, something shifted. She was falling asleep easily and waking up feeling genuinely rested and clear. Then something happened that surprised her completely. Her workouts improved, and she started losing fat faster than before. Not because of a new supplement, not because of a new workout plan, simply because she was sleeping properly now. Sleep is not passive recovery. It is active metabolism repair, and without it, nothing else in your plan fully works. Now here's the third discovery. And this one she stumbled into completely by accident at a comic book convention. She took a full week off from structured exercise. No gym, no running, no planned workouts of any kind. She walked around the convention all day long, browsed booths, explored halls, stood in lines. Nothing intense at all. She also ate 200 to 300 more calories per day than usual because food courts were right there. By every logical expectation, she should have gained weight that week. More food. No workouts. Sounds like a bad week. But when she checked her measurements afterward, she had actually lost fat. More than several recent workout weeks combined. When she looked at her step tracker, she had been walking 15,000 to 20,000 steps every single day there. Compare that to her normal days at home, where she typically hit only 5,000 to 6,000 steps daily. What she had accidentally stumbled into is called NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and it changes everything you know. NEAT is all the movement you do outside of formal workouts: walking, cleaning, fidgeting, taking stairs, pacing around. Formal exercise, even if you train every single day, only accounts for about 5% of your total daily burn. NEAT accounts for 15%, 3 times more impact than your dedicated workout sessions every single week. Think about that for a second. 1 hour of exercise does not cancel out 15 hours of sitting completely still. Your body needs consistent movement throughout the entire day, not just one intense hour and then nothing after that. After this realization, Lucy changed her approach completely. She cut back on intense cardio and running right away. Instead, she set phone timers to walk for 5 to 15 minutes every few hours throughout her regular daily schedule. She added a 30-minute evening walk after dinner with a podcast she loved to make it feel enjoyable. This brought her daily steps to 9,000 to 13,000 without ever feeling like she was exercising at all. And her results? Consistent, steady, sustainable. Without the exhaustion, obsession, or lifestyle sacrifice she had lived with before. Here's the real secret hiding underneath all 3 of these strategies. Slow down to actually speed up your results. Strategic refeeds reset your metabolism. Quality sleep repairs and activates it. Daily movement multiplies its effect consistently over time. None of these require extreme discipline. None require expensive supplements. None require giving up your social life completely. What they require is understanding how your body actually works, and then making small, smart choices every single day. Lucy didn't just lose weight. She stopped dreading food. She stopped skipping dinners with friends out of fear. She started hiking on weekends, reading at night without guilt, spending evenings with people she had been avoiding for months. She looked at her mom and felt something shift. She didn't want to grow old feeling resigned to being broken. She wanted to show her mom that health doesn't have to be something you lose slowly without any fight left. And she wanted to build something sustainable enough to one day model for her own children watching her closely. That's what happens when you stop treating your body like an enemy and start treating it like a partner. Your metabolism is not broken. It's just been responding logically to the wrong signals you've been sending it unknowingly. Give it the right signals, and it will work for you harder than any crash diet ever possibly could.